Hello, another surprise live. I'm hoping people attend this time. Let me just do a quick check. Okay, sound is good. As always, if you do attend this live and something has gone horribly wrong with the sound, please let me know. As you can see from the title, I just wanted to come on here and talk about exactly what the title says, which is when one has no respect for oneself, one has no respect for others. And honestly, it's a huge, broad topic, but I believe it's a sign of the times that we find ourselves living in. And there's going to be a tarot oracle reading associated with this live because I don't want to go too much in it. And welcome whoever is here. I see that there is someone here. Feel free to chit chat with me. Hello, Pablo, my father. What an interesting name. Hello, my dear. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for joining. This topic, I don't know if people understand. I don't even know if people are aware, really, nonetheless, understand what it signifies to respect yourself and how you behave, how it reflects on your conduct in your own interpersonal relationships and in your sort of social interactions, regardless, be it online or offline. But we live in a time period, and I realize that people generally like to imitate other people, and we look up to people in positions of power. We look up to people with a lot of money, with fame, with people who hold a political status, people on the news, people in Hollywood. A lot of people still look up to these figures, and when these figures behave poorly, regardless if they behave poorly towards themselves or towards others, other human beings seem to think that, well, this person is doing this, so I'm going to do this too because it seems okay and it's funny. And that is such a wrong, guide to go by. I would like to sort of raise awareness to the fact that when you don't respect yourself, and this is, by the way, from the Sufi teachings as well. They really are very good. The textbooks that I'm reading, they're very good in articulating these things. Whereas if you're not aware, if you don't understand what's happening, you're either going to fall into the herd mentality and become part of the mob, or you're just going to be sort of, flustered and I don't know, you're just not okay with what's happening, but you can't put your finger on the behavior, you can't name it, you can't explain why it bothers you, because there's a lack of understanding, there's a lack of depth in what's happening. Oh God, I can go every which way with this. I'm trying to limit where I'm going. Pablo, my father, I noticed when people express disgust towards another shows maturity. What? I noticed when people express disgust towards another shows maturity that it's crazy. You don't know me and already show discontentment because you dislike something within yourself. That's true. The people who are very quick to judge, the people who are very quick to point the finger. It's funny, there's a saying, when you point a finger, there's at least there's three fingers pointing back at you, and if your thumb is like me, then there's four fingers pointing back at you, meaning you need to look at yourself, meaning that whatever you're disgusted by is something that was mirrored to you by someone else, and we don't understand our emotions, we don't understand our feelings, so we project them onto people. Whatever it is you're disgusted by is either a wound that you need to tend to, or something within you that you're hiding. That's why we flare up. That's why we get triggered. But it does fall under that. And like I said, it's a very big umbrella. And I probably should have had notes, but I just said, let me do an impromptu. And try. I like reading without notes. I don't like having notes and getting scripted because my points get lost. But an example of this, in the province that I live in Canada, there was a very prominent case of a high school girl. I'm not going to mention her name because I've learned the hard way not to mention names and talk about people. And if I do mention people and talk about them, to keep them anonymous. But this girl was bullied so much in high school, I believe. And this was way over 10 years ago, but the case remains. Like, it's still echoed in society and you can feel it. And she was filmed while she was unconscious. She was raped or sexually assaulted on film by boys. And the film, the boy that videoed her shared the video with his friends. And the friends shared the video with their friends. And I don't know, it sort of devolved into bullying, into a mob attack of this girl. She had to leave school. And she went into a severe depression. She ended up taking her own life, basically. She committed suicide. And there was a big social justice campaign to, go after the kids and stop bullying in school and all of that. But as far as I can tell, bullying in school persists not only in the province that I'm in, but everywhere around the world. And it's actually sort of metastasized now. Bullying has become a normal behavior. Online, good luck to you. I have a spiritual channel. Now, mind you, every now and then I flare people up because of the things I say, and I understand that very well. But the people who come and attack other people on their channel, they call you, a fuckface, excuse my French. They laughing my ass off at you, belittle you, just poke fun at you. Be it online, YouTube, be it on Facebook. I was getting that a lot as well. Whenever I would post a spiritual post on YouTube, people would post the laughing emoji, ridiculing you, mocking you. Like, I don't know, but these behaviors, or even in public, like now it's sort of spilled into public. People now are in your face, bullying you, attacking you. You're seeing all these weird social justice warrior protests happening. You read about them on the news. There's a lot of, I don't want to use political terms like radicals and extremists, but there's a lot of general disrespect in what is now new age activism. There's a lot of disrespect. There's a lot of crossing the line. There's a lot of full-blown hatred. There's a lot of mob mentality. There's a lot of bullying. There's a lot of us versus them. And all of it is happening because we have a disease, an ailment, where we do not respect ourselves. When you respect yourself, and let me clarify by what I mean when I say yourself. When you connect, if you connect. If you don't connect, I suggest that you switch off this live stream and go about your life, because this will make no sense to you. But if you are a person who meditates, who prays, who believes in a higher entity, a higher anything, even your higher self, if you connect with your higher self, whichever way you decide to connect, and you've established any kind of relationship, trust, faith, love, admiration, guidance, seeking guidance from a power that is higher than us, that is not an actual, corrupt piece of garbage political figure or actor or musician or any of that, because all these people can be bought. All of them can be bought. Your higher self, your higher guidance, your intuition, your soul for the lack of better words, and I know the term soul might trigger people, feel free to replace it with anything that you like. Spirit, consciousness, source energy, the universe. I like to say this because I'm not here to preach. I'm here to open your mind. When you establish a relationship with that, for me, it's my higher self. There's an actual relationship now. And my higher self is myself. It is my authentic self. It is where I draw my energy from. It is my guidance. It is my moral compass. It's everything. I love it. Do I follow my higher guidance 100% all of the time? No, because I remain a human being. And my ego remains. I know it, I see it, I feel it. It's still around. And every now and then, it wants to have its way. It wants to have its say, and I let it. And more frequently than not, I end up regretting that. So when you establish a relationship with that aspect of yourself, you come to love it. You come to respect it. Think of the way you love your child. If you don't have children, think of the way you love any family member. If you don't have family members that you love, think of the way you love someone. Surely there is someone you love. Be it a romantic relationship, be it another kind of relationship, some form of love. When you love that person, do you behave that way towards them? Do you shit on them, shit talk them? Even if you do, you might want to re-examine that. Because I bet you it's not coming from a place of authenticity. It's not coming from a place of purity. Usually there's a little bit of corruption. There's a corrupt file in there somewhere. If you like to abuse, shit talk, down talk, insult, attack, whatever it is, a person that you love and care for, then there is a problem. Usually you want the best for that person. You treat them with respect. You would actually take from yourself to give to them. And that's what I'm talking about. When you lack that self-respect, when you lack that connection, when you lack that faith, when you lack that love inside of you, when you don't know it, when you have no clue what it is, you give yourself the green light to behave this way with other people. I'm going to shit talk this person. I'm going to attack that group of people. I'm going to call them, people who kill babies without knowing anything about anything. I'm going to call these people a bunch of jerks. I'm going to go to this person's channel and dump on them a bunch of hatred, even though I know nothing about this person. You give yourself the green light to behave this way with others because this is how you are towards you. Especially if you've never established any connection with anything outside of your egoic self. I hope this is making sense. Let me read what people are saying. Pablo, my father, I remain a human being. Don't remind me. Okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing? We're all human beings. There's no saints. We can try. I mean, there were saints at some point, but they're all gone now. And sainthood right now is something to laugh at because people have become so disconnected. And I guess this is what this live stream is about. How we have become so disconnected from anything outside of this world, from anything not egoic, an egoic structure, an egoic system, an egoic person, an egoic virtue. We've become so disconnected. We have stripped ourselves from any relationship with our higher selves. And as such, because you have said a big F you to your higher self, I don't want to talk to you, I don't care, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in you at all. That's how you're treating yourself. So, don't be shocked if your behavior in public is, animals are probably, a little bit better. They behave a little bit better because animals are more connected than people who behave this way. And that's what the topic of this live stream is about, and it manifests and it is manifesting in society as well as on the world stage in many, 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 many ways. Many ways. I will be here for 4 hours as I express to you how many ways this manifests in our lives, personal, family, social, work, even spiritually. If you laugh and mock at people who claim that they have any kind of connection, again, that's a judgment, that's egoic, that's not understanding. Human nature, even my nature, is gruesome. I sometimes wonder if I should be an animal. Well, I don't know. I guess the biggest thing that separates us, there's a reason you came here as a human being. and you need to find out what that reason is. If you want to devolve, then devolve. That's up to you. I'm speaking right now, and without getting too political, I still see the news and people with their, I don't want to mention, but the accusations of genocide, that one country is committing a genocide against a group of people when there is actually nothing. The opposite is happening, the exact opposite. And the amount of people who have been sucked into the propaganda. Over the past week, my grandmother is Syrian. Over the past week, the new government in Syria went into a full-blown ethnic cleansing mode of a minority group that I grew up very aware of, the Druze. The Druze and the Alawiyat. And the Kurds are next in that region, but there isn't a peep, like full-blown ISIS and Al-Qaeda type of ethnic cleansing. I'm not going to tell you where. You can feel free to go look this stuff up, but you'll have to dig to even get to anything real, because there's a lot of lies right now. But the ethnic cleansing that has happened is animalistic, and it is frightening, and nowhere in the Western world or even the Eastern world is anybody talking about this. Nowhere. So I guess that also extends this targeting of groups. Here in the West, every day and night, every hour, every month, they talk about LGBTQ rights. I am not taking away from the LGBTQ. There are probably many, many, many who are still oppressed and suppressed. But can you look at other groups outside of that one single group who now have full-blown rights, and probably more rights than any other group of human beings in the West? It's funny, like it's just very interesting to watch. And now that group, I'm trying not to generalize, the activists of that specific group in the West are embodying the title of this live stream. They have lost all self-respect. Their egos have become so gnarly that they are now doing to other human beings what was at one point in time in history done to them. I'm just going to open the door. 1 second. And that's because they do not respect themselves. I can give you so many examples. Another example in the country that I live in, I'm half North African before anyone points a finger at me and accuses me of racism. The black community in North America has a big chip on their shoulder regarding victimhood, regarding the slavery that ended God knows how many years ago, and is still being propagated by mainstream news, by the politicians, because, victimhood and divide and conquer and all of that. And the race baiting, and God forbid we heal our wounds rather than propagate them. But black people, you hear them in North America, they will say the N word to each other. And they're allowed to. It's normal. I once drove to Dairy Queen with a bunch of kids in my car, and a woman with a bunch of kids from that ethnic background parked next to us. And she had her windows down, and the music that was like, it was just like, it was unreal, it was surreal, the noise coming out of her vehicle. All I could hear was a rapper using that word. She had children with her who are now they're being told that word is being normalized to them. Yet, that's lack of self-respect. And yet no one else, they demand that no one else use that word towards them, but you are using it towards your own. I mean, I just make it make sense to me. Again, lack of self-respect. You are disrespecting yourself, and that falls into the category when you're using this word within even if it is within your own ethnic community, and you've normalized it. The subconscious mind, especially of the children and of the adults, it can't differentiate. It doesn't know, oh, they're just using it as a joke. It's just within us because we're from the same ethnic background. The subconscious mind can't make that differentiation. The subconscious mind has accepted that slur. It's literally an ethnic slur that is normalized within that ethnic group of people. My question is why? Why do you call yourself this word and you're okay with it? If no one else is allowed to say it to you, why do you say it to yourselves? Can we even examine this, or are we not allowed to examine this? And frequently, it is those people, not generalizing, I'm just saying the people who have normalized the use of these slur words against each other, they are the ones who are very quick to become racially divisive and use slur words and racist in their judgments, racist in their generalization against other people who don't fit into their little minority group, their little victimhood group. And that's a wound, that's a generational wound that is going to, I don't know, take what to heal. Because it is so flared up right now, and I would be shocked if somebody doesn't come to this live stream and attack me because I brought this up. But again, this falls under the umbrella of when you have no respect for yourself, when you connect with yourself. Again, I'm half North African. I don't call myself that word. And I don't necessarily allow other people to call me that word. And some people close to me have used that term with me, and I have very nicely and very politely explained to them that I'm okay with you using that word, just don't use it to describe me, please. You can use it for yourself, with your friends, you can do whatever it is, I'm not judging you. But I don't want to hear that word and allow it to be normalized for me. And the same goes for white people. South America, they call them gringos, the white men or the white people. It's becoming a slur word. I don't I'm just fascinated, I guess. I'm fascinated by where we are right now and what we have normalized towards each other and how we have started to denigrate each other on things that a lot of us stand against. So that's the title. That's what I wanted to get into. You're welcome to give me your comments, your own personal experiences. But we're here to evolve, not devolve, not go backwards. Even if people around you are behaving in a certain way, you need to sit with yourself and ask yourself, am I okay with this? Even if it's been normalized by your society, even if it's been normalized by your media, by the politicians, by everything around you, by the educational system, you need to find your center. And that's why it's always nice to sit in stillness and get back to yourself and connect with yourself. Because you always have the answers within you. And that's how you begin to individualize. That's how you begin, like I said in my previous stream, it's called the art of personality. It's bringing your own personality to life, your own authentic self, bringing that energy, embodying it, living it, speaking it. This is how we create change. We don't have to succumb to the ways of society. You don't have to. I'm not saying go out and become a social justice warrior and act like an animal and act like a radical. No, just have your boundaries, stand your ground, know where it is you stand. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Same way you respect people you love. The same way you respect people you love. I carry reverence towards my higher self. Meaning, not only do I respect it, when I'm ready to connect with my higher self in the form of meditation, I make sure I'm clean. I just had a bath. I make sure hygiene-wise I smell good. My teeth are brushed. I don't put makeup or anything, but I'm neat and tidy, and I create my space and I create the environment. Usually it has a nice scent. Usually there's nice music. Usually the lighting is appropriate in order for me to engage with my higher self. And it's the same way when you're going out on a date with someone you potentially might care about or care about. You don't go out dressed in shit clothes, smelling like an armpit, not brushing your teeth. You know, would you make out with someone? Would you kiss someone? Exchange a kiss if your breath smelled like garlic? Or are you conscious enough to go brush your teeth? You know, it's the same thing. When you respect yourself and you love yourself and you carry that reverence towards yourself, you're going to carry it outside of yourself in your interactions with human beings. And we live in a time period where this is needed. You don't have to be a prominent figure. Just in your everyday life, affect one person. If you can be good and change one person's day from being a shit day to a good day because you're a decent human being who respects themselves, that's enough. You've done your work. You've done your job. All right. I feel like that's good coverage for the topic that I wanted to talk about. And in the end, I know I bring up and I talk about my Arabian Oracle channel and the attacks that I get there. The attacks, there's been an uptick in hatred and attacks. And I don't say it from a place of victimhood. I say it from a place of fascination. I'm fascinated still that we are still here. We're still, slinging mud at each other online. And it's not like I know that person or I know this person or this person knows me or that person knows me, or it's just fascinating to me. Why do we have this need? I don't know. But I guess perhaps I was like this at one point in my life. So I need to extend compassion, enough compassion. But it's when it's a personal attack. It's when it's a dig to cause harm. It makes me think to myself, who hurt you in your life so much that this is all you want to do? Hurt people. All right. I think that's it. If you guys want me to do those edited videos, please feel free to write in the comments what topics you'd like me to talk about. I'm more than happy to. I'm just going to pull a tarot card, maybe a few, and we'll see where we're at right now with everything and see the energies. By the way, before I pull the tarot, we just went through a new moon. What's that? I worked with a Honduran woman back in last year. She shared she's married to a white man. I called him a gringo. She laughed and didn't correct me. No, I'm not saying it again. Well, I mean, Would you like to be I mean, what would you like? What's your ethnic background, Pablo? Would you like me to call you? I don't know what Hispanics are called. Like, I don't know. If you are Hispanic, a brown man, like, it's okay to do it once, twice, three times, but after a while, you're not gonna start feeling good. It's gonna feel yucky, and that's what happened with me. Like, I'm around kids a lot, and they use these slurs a lot, and I'm like, I reached a point where I actually had a direct message come down to me to, just put an end to it. Racial slurs are just, there's no need for them, because there's always that denigration behind them, behind rich. I'm talking beyond political correctness. I'm not talking political correctness, because political correctness has gone wrong as well. I'm talking about denigrating another human being for whatever reason, including racial slurs. Just don't do it, stay away from it. If you want to criticize someone, criticize them, what's it called? Constructive criticism. You don't have to tear them down in order to criticize them. It's not our job to correct human beings. It's our job to walk our own path and know what that path is. That's it. The energies right now, we just went through a new moon, and it's flaring people up. There's a lot of flaring up, and I know it because whenever there's a flare up, this situation happened in the Middle East around the new moon, and I'm very sensitive to these things when they do happen, and I'm sad. Like, I've been sad, and I've cried, and I've prayed for that part of the world, and I've just prayed for people's hearts to soften. I really do right now. I really do. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, but your media is not talking about it, and no, there's no activist groups waving flags of that minority group, the Druze in Syria, and calling it a genocide. There's none of that happening. That's happening behind the scenes. Your media doesn't want you to know about that one. So whenever there's a flare-up in energies like this, it comes to me in the form of pressure of thought. And pressure of thought meaning I get lost in my thoughts. And I've been, like, I don't want to say I pride myself, but I'm a person who tends to be very aware. And I've been dipping in losing myself in thought. So just be aware. You're not your thoughts. And whenever you lose yourself in thoughts, usually you're going to lose yourself in an emotion. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. Try as much as you can to be aware of your thoughts, honor them, see them, and release them, especially if they don't belong to you. What's happening in the Middle East and Syria right now is horrible, and it's sad. But I have to release that energy because I cannot function. I cannot function. I did what I can. I sent them love. I sent them peace. I prayed for every human soul and animal soul, for its safety, for its protection. I really, really hope world leaders begin to wake up. But outside of that, I cannot do much. I cannot. So I have to release it. I can't allow it to sink me and distract me from whatever work that I'm here to do. So be aware of your thoughts, be aware of your emotions, dedicate a yoga practice. That's another thing I did. I dedicated an entire 30-minute yoga practice for my higher self. Because I've been so distracted with thought, because I've been so distracted with what's happening in Syria, I decided to say, you know what, I want to connect with you. I love you. I want to go back to, being able to receive communication with you because I sunk into a very low vibration. Try to get yourself out of that funk, and you're not being selfish. You're not being selfish. Not when you're aware. And that's all we are here to do. We're here to be aware. Be aware of things. You don't have to get lost in them. All right? All right. So let's see what guidance the universe has for whoever watches this live stream right now. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'm African American with Native American ancestry. I'm getting an ancestry test to verify my roots. That's amazing. I love, there's There's a channel that I follow on YouTube. What is his name? What's the name of that channel? Let me look here quick if I can find it. I can't find it, but he's if I do find it, I'm gonna type the name of the channel underneath this live stream. He's essentially a white guy, but I think he's either lives with Native Americans or he has strong Native American roots in him. His entire channel is Native American music that he performs through his breath. It is absolutely amazing. He uses some instruments, but he goes really deep with his breathing, and he brings out the and then he uses like a mixer, and just, oh wow, I cry. I sit down, like, and I go into tears. And he's a white guy, like white, clean cut guy, no beard, nothing, you know. Absolutely beautiful music, and I believe that's how he channels. That's his service to the world. So let's see what guidance the universe has for you right now. Whoever is here, whatever you need to hear, may it be delivered to you right now. Please and thank you, guidance right now. Current energies. What do we got? Let me put my big pink glasses on. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. And we have the Ace of Cups. What an interesting combo that came out. Let me just look at these. Ace of Cups, a dragonfly, transformation, Three of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. I'm not necessarily sure how all of these relate, but let's begin with the order that they came out. The Three of Pentacles. This might be a message. Each card is a message for someone. I really don't know. But the Three of Pentacles, like, I don't know if you can see this card. There's a lot of collaboration happening. And these are three sort of people collaborating, and they're observing a map of the world, and they're planning, and they're not scheming, but trying to figure things out. So collaboration right now for you is either an energy that you're going to find yourself in, or an energy that is needed for you right now, especially if you're doing work and you're overwhelmed by work. There might be a collab headed your way. So keep an open perspective, keep an open mind, and if you're a person who prefers to work solo, this is your sort of nudge from the universe to accept whatever job offer, collaboration that might be headed your way. Let me just look at this card again in case I'm missing something here. But great minds think alike is what's coming through for me. So you might be able to attract, if you've put that energy out there, people that will help you, that are on the same sort of frequency as you. So if you're a person who likes to work alone, or a solo person, just change. You need to change. And there's a dragonfly in this sort of Ace of Cups, which is renewed energy. It sort of signifies transformation. So part of your transformation, if you are going through some sort of energy upgrade, is going to take the form or the shape of you being open to new people, or allowing new people to enter your life, and letting go of old ways of being. If you've been hurt, if you've been stabbed in the back, if somebody stole your ideas, stole your work, anything of that kind, let it go, move on beyond it. Part of your transformation right now is in that area, is in opening yourself up to people. You need to have trust and faith in yourself. And you're more than welcome to connect with your higher self as well. That is also collaboration. The Ace of Cups is a sort of a fresh energy. The cups, or the chalice, usually signifies emotions. And here the guidance that is coming for me specifically is empty the old. If whatever is your cup is full of, especially if it's full of stuff that's not allowing the new to come in, given the dragonfly that's here, you're being asked to transform. So dump whatever this old energy is, let go of it. It might be in the form of a wound, it might be in the form of stale emotions that are keeping you stuck in a specific way, and it's obstructing the new from coming in. And again, emotions, collaborations, but mostly from a relationship perspective. It could be a personal relationship, it could be a work relationship, but it's something that is important to you. There is a wound there that you're being asked to look at, let go of, move on from, and allow new, fresh energy to come in. And then we have the Three of Swords, and I just want to take a look at the card itself. The Three of Swords generally symbolizes pain, like heartache. Your heart was torn in the past. Maybe your heart was just recently torn. And I feel like it connects with this as well. Perhaps that's part of the transformation that you're going through. Whatever heartache you are going through, whatever person stabbed you in your heart, in the back, feel the pain that you need to feel. Nobody's shaming you, nobody's guilting you, nobody's telling you you can't feel. Feel whatever emotions are coming up in you, but at the same time, you have to let them go. Don't just let them accumulate and sit in your cup forever. You have to release in order to transform. That is how we transform. So feel your emotions, feel everything. Feel it until you can no longer feel anymore. But then let it all go. Let it all go, and let it go in peace. You might have to revisit the wound one time, maybe another time. But after that, you'll be good. Because you know what? You have gotten over it. You're over it. And you've moved on. You've learned the lesson. You've gotten the nugget of wisdom. And you've moved on. And you've gained that knowledge. So I feel that was good. Let me get the Journey of Love. Let's get the Journey of Love. And this is an oracle book. And let's see what else to close this reading. Please and thank you, universe. Any message? Does this connect with anyone who's here? Hello? Any guidance, please? What do you need to hear right now? Wow, I'm like sweating. Long story short, my trust is broken with people. It's hard trusting and believing the good within people. I don't think about the past. I blame myself for being careless with my heart. That's a very negative outlook there, Pablo. Very negative, my dear. You have to release whatever it is that you're holding on to. You're still holding on to something. I'll work on being more open to people. It takes me to... Well, I'm not telling you to just go trust people. Again, there's a symbol of transformation, which is the dragonfly. So keep an eye out when you go outside, Pablo. You might be seeing butterflies, dragonflies around you. Pay attention. And heal that wound, my dear. You need to tend to yourself, so... Yeah, any guidance, please. Any guidance to close this reading. What do you need to hear right now? Any guidance? Cards are flying, but they're not flying out. Let's give it a little bit more time. Guidance, please. Whoever needs to hear something, may they hear it. Oh wow, I've been streaming for 40. Okay, card just flew out. Shakti, 19. What an interesting card. I need to put my hair up. I'm sweating so bad right now. Number 19. All right, let me get the book, which is right here. Man, why am I sweating so much? All right, Shakti. Shakti is divine feminine fire. She is the body awakened with light. She is the divine feminine, and she is the kundalini, the energetic force that moves through us, triggered by love that leads to enlightenment of our body, with our kundalini coming alive within us. We cannot remain as we once were. It is impossible. We may try to lead the same lives, but be the same in our relationship patterns and perhaps even behave properly, but it simply cannot be done. Soon our disguise slips and people wonder what happened to her or what has got into him. We are on fire with the divine and we cannot help but misbehave. We are no longer satisfied with trying to be the good child or fearing we are the bad child. We know ourselves instead to be the divine child. The child, that child divine, lives fully and with passionate fire, not doing things the way they are supposed to be done perhaps, but living instead from the heart. Our body may ache as we burn through old pain, and sometimes the light within may seem so bright it blinds us for the moment. But that will pass, and the misbehaving will suddenly be seen for what it is. The old rules just don't fit anymore. You don't plug a globe capable of illuminating the whole world into the bedside reading lamp without burning down the house. Best to let that light shine, and it was meant to. In the big arena, Shakti is making your light grow, beloved. Be prepared to shine brighter. This oracle brings you a message. You are going through energetic shifts in your subtle anatomy because your energy body and physical body have already begun to merge with each other. The energetic shifts will affect your physical body too. It is always wise to consult a healthcare practitioner, but at least some of your physical challenges at the moment, from aches and pains to tiredness, are due to this energetic awakening. Take responsible action as you feel is necessary, such as tending to your physical well-being with healthcare that feels supportive. But also remember to rest, get some time in nature, and nurture your body as it is spiritually awakening into greater light. I feel that complements the reading, honestly, because there's this energy in the reading, there's this energy in the reading, and then you have this energy. Like, when I spiritually woke up, by the way, not to make this about me, it was a Kundalini awakening for me, personally. And I went through periods of time where I was so sick, and I would go to the hospital ER. I went so much and they could never really find anything. One time I was hospitalized even, like overnight. And then they let me go because it was a big mystery. Nobody knew. So do what you need to do, but please look after yourself. Spiritual awakening is not easy on many, many, many fronts. And one of those fronts is the physical body. Your physical body has to purge, because when we purge emotions, when we purge traumas and wounds, it's you're clearing the gunk, you're clearing toxicity and all that. I apologize, my hair is too much right now. And that's it. That's the reading. I'm going to finish off, so let me know if you have any questions before I head out. I'm going to go step outside. It's actually lovely out. I'll be working on being more open. Oh no, that's the same thing. All right, guys. Any questions for me before I finish off and go get naked and go outside in the wind? There's 2 people here. All right, I'm going to end the live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'm going to continue to build on this channel. I haven't uploaded any edited videos, but if you'd like me to do so, let me know what topics you feel you want to hear. I wish the reading was longer. You can always subscribe to my Patreon, honey. Let me post my Patreon link since I'm here. I just posted a lovely tarot reading in my Patreon, tarot and oracle reading with some guidance regarding what was the guidance, how to heal your emotions and how not to get lost in them. Something that really works. It's incredible. Because I'm a very emotional kind of person and I get lost, but when I do that, it's almost like magic. All right, Pablo, I want to say thank you so much, hon. You've been very interactive with me. Very grateful for you. Check out my Patreon. Let me pin it. And I'm going to try to do regular live streams. I love you. I will be seeing you very, very soon. And if you don't follow me on my other channel, it is the Arabian Oracle. Bye. Ciao.